What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome to Monster Cry Eternal, a brand new mobile game that just hit the mobile store a couple of days ago. It's actually a ton of fun with a really phenomenal art style. But before we get started in this video, I want to get one thing out of the way and make one thing clear. This is not a card game like Hearthstone or Elder Scrolls Legends. Yes, you see cards on your screen, but this is a turn-based RPG. They just so happen to use cards as the characters. So just pretend that those are characters. They can attack, they have skills, they have passives, you can equip armor on them. I know they look like cards, but this is not a card game. You don't have like a 60 card deck and you're not drawing mana or anything like that. So that's one thing I saw a lot of reviews talk about. It's like, dude, this is not a card game. So let's jump right into combat and I'll show you exactly what's going on here. I might be in a fight that's a little harder for me, but let's take a look at this. So this is my first character here. I have a normal attack. I have an ability called Star Bomb, which will AoE everyone and mark them like a hunter's mark from World of Warcraft. I have an ability called Lacerate, which will explain really well what this game is all about. So this ability is called Lacerate. It does damage. It also does additional damage if the person that I hit has what they call a crest of destruction. So what does that mean? Well, this game, the entire strategy behind this game is trying to do additional damage based off of debuffs that you have on your enemy. So this game it revolves quite heavily on if your opponent is asleep, do more damage. If they're bleeding, do more damage. If they're exhausted, do more damage. Those types of things. So you really, when you build your deck of 3 cards, you really want to synergize those 3 cards really well so that you have someone that can do a bleed and someone that can do more damage because they're bleeding. Or for example, if you're fighting someone that has taunt, have someone that has skills that punish you for using taunt or punish your opponent for using taunt. It'll all make more sense as we get into this. So first things first, I'm gonna do Star Bomb. This is going to AoE everyone and put basically, like I said, a hunter's mark on them. Now there is casting times as well. Wow, that does a lot of damage. All right. This character right here is super fast, so she gets 2 turns before my other characters do anything. So I'm going to go ahead and do Lacerate. Even though I don't have a crest of destruction on the enemy, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Are you dead? Oh gosh, you put him to sleep. Okay. That sucks. So I'm going to use this ability right here. It's called Light Magic Circle. It does damage, but as you can see, when the target is in a mark state, so that's that hunter's mark I was talking about, deal piercing damage by 50% of my attack. So not only am I going to do the first attack, because it's marked, I do additional damage as well. So that's kind of the whole strategy behind the game. There are a lot of really neat cards with really neat passives. So here's another example right here. Dancing Blades, I'm gonna do damage. And when the target is in a marked state, which it is, I will inflict Pierce Bleeding as well. So that's what we're gonna do there. Damage plus bleeding. So you kind of get a gist of what the game kind of revolves around strategy-wise. But like I said, it does get a little bit deeper than that. So for example, that enemy put me to sleep earlier, there are actually cards that have passives on them that make it much harder for your team to be put to sleep or stunned or things like that. So there's a lot of different synergy going on, and I might want to bring that card to this fight because they're being really jerkish towards me. So let's do a little bit of damage here. Now, sometimes you're going to have cards that will do additional damage, but you don't have the combo to synergize with it. So, for example, I have an ability called Dark Flame. It does more damage when the opponent is exhausted, but I don't have anyone that can actually do an exhaust. So I'm just kind of SOL on that. I'm going to use it anyway because I'm not sure if I can do 100 damage with my basic. Oh, you're going to miss! You son of a... Let's do Star Bomb again. Smack everybody in the face with damage, remark them. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and just do basic attack there just to kill that person. All right, so I am getting destroyed here. I might not win this fight. So another thing about this game, you see auto at the bottom screen there. So in the story mode, you cannot use auto until you beat the stage. There's no auto in the story mode, period. You can't use it. Ah, great. Down I go. I still might be able to pull this off, but I won't get a 3-star because someone's dead. Put to sleep. And you can also bring healers, you can bring people that can cleanse, all kinds of different things there. All right, so we took out all the ads. The only person left is the boss, but I am pretty hurt. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm not gonna use this ability right here because I'm gonna wait until the target is marked. So I'm gonna do Divine Judgment. Pretty good damage there. And then we'll go ahead and do Star Bomb to remark that target. Even though it's an AoE ability and doesn't do a lot of damage, it's going to set up my other card to do even more damage. But like I said, the auto is turned off in this mode. The story, oh, freaking heal. It's turned off in this mode, so you have to play it out. Great, great, great. I didn't even get the Hunter's Mark on him. I might not win. Let's see what she does here. Yeah, we might be going down here. What an embarrassing display, FG. Or maybe it's not embarrassing. You know, a lot of these games are not challenging anymore. This one definitely is. There's a lot of strategy that goes into it, and I'll show you the cards here in a second. So the attack I did right there, she counterattacked me. So she had a passive that does counterattack, so I basically got destroyed. Miss again. Down goes G to the G. Great job, FG. Great job. Battle failed. So this is a really good segue. So I'm not strong enough to beat that battle. I was kind of close, but if I was a little bit stronger, I could have beaten that. So how do you enhance the strength of your cards, basically? So there are a ton of cards. First things first, we go to card Codex. There are a ton of cards in the game that are separated by basically races. There's humans, there's monsters, there's elves, there's dragons, I'm gonna say they're the undead, there's angels, and then there's devils. So all of these cards have unique abilities, they have passives. So for example, this card right here, Inferno, she's a triple S card, so they have rankings as well. So she has an attack there, 2 attacks. She has a passive that decreases all enemies' damage reduction by 20%. And then she has another passive, which when attacking, she automatically applies aggressive destruction to an enemy. So this is the type of character that you would have in your group if you have another character that can capitalize on aggressive destructions. So hopefully this is kind of starting to make sense and you kind of see the synergy here. Here's another example, this guy right here, the Fallen King of Gora. He has a passive that increases allies immune to sleep by 50%. So if you're fighting something and it's really hard for you to combat the sleep that you keep getting, you can use a card like that to make it a little bit easier for you. So really interesting system here. And the really neat thing about this game is that the fact that it forces you to think about your strategy. So there are card ranks in this game. So it goes from C rank all the way up to triple S, but check this out. So certain dungeons have limitations. So this dungeon, for example, you can only bring A-ranked cards. So it forces you to think with some of your lesser cards, strategies in order to beat things. This dungeon right here, you can only bring S. This dungeon right here, you can only bring SS cards. So even though you get like a triple S card, that's great. It is gonna be powerful, but you're still gonna have to use some of your lower ranked cards and to come up with strategies for other aspects of the game. So very, very cool. So here's my card here. This is my SS. Her name is Latrice, I guess. She's an elf. You can level her up with gold, which is pretty straightforward. Your level can only be as powerful as your commander level. You've seen that before. I can upgrade her. So as you can see, she has no stars on her card. So it's kind of confusing when you first look at it, but it's really not. So most games, if it's like an S card or an SS card, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. In this game, it's a little bit different. So everyone starts off at an S rank, and then I can feed other cards into this card to increase its star level. So you can be an A ranked card, that's a 5 star, if that makes sense. Then you do that by basically taking the cards that you don't want to use anymore, your gray cards and your green cards, to feed them into your other cards, and that increases your star level. So that's that. You also have equipment as well. Equipment drops in the world, in the story mode it drops. You can also craft it with materials as well. You get crafting materials from dungeons, and you also get it from special dungeons that you can do a few times a day. So that's pretty much that. So level up, that's how you upgrade your stars. You have an equipment system that you can also put runes and things in as well. So if I go to imprint, I have a few different options of runes that I can put inside that sword to make it more powerful. So that's that. Here are the skills. We already talked about that. And yeah. So once again, art style in this game, I think is really, really awesome. Here, just to kind of go through a few of my cards here. Haven't spent any money in the game just yet. All these cards are just for free and just for logging in. They're just some really unique art style here. Like, this is really unique. This reminds me of an artist who I cannot remember right now. But yeah, very unique art style here. And even some of the green cards. have some decent, like, what the heck is this guy? Get out of here. Here's some gray cards, which you don't expect them to be too extravagant, which is fine. But as you get more and more higher level cards, the artwork gets more and more crazy. So what else can you do in this game? So I already showed you the world dungeon. This is pretty straightforward. This is the story mode where you go through, you 3-star things, and then you switch to elite and you 3-star things some more. So pretty straightforward. What else is in this game? I showed you the special dungeons where you go in here, you have limitations on which cards you can bring. You can also do some daily dungeons to get you experience points, as well as energy. And then right now there's a Halloween event going on as well, where you loot jack-o'-lanterns that help you increase the power of your characters. Now, another cool thing, there's a raid dungeon, and we're gonna do this live. We're gonna do raid dungeon live. Let's do this. So raid dungeons is a live raid with other people, so 3 other people. And in this mode, you bring whatever card you want. You can only bring 1 card. Everybody brings their favorite card to the fight, and you team up with 3 other people and you fight a raid boss. Now, let's see. You can do this 5 times a day, but it does refresh as well. So actually you can do it way more than 5 times a day, but you get 5 tokens and it refreshes over time. And I'm trying to do this live. We're just gonna do this. So right now the game is just trying to find 3 other people to join. And it might be a little hard to find people for this raid because I've been playing this game pretty hardcore since it came out. So I'm on the next level. You gotta be at least level 24 to do this raid. So there might not be anyone online right now to do this raid. And if that is the case, what I'll do, so what I can also do, so I can do an automatic shout to everybody that's online. So let's see if that helps. So basically they can click my link and go directly to my my little room here. Ah, come on, I want to do it live. All right, so the raid has begun. That took a couple of minutes, but like I said, I've kind of leveled pretty fast in this game. So most people are not gonna be level 24 plus at the moment. So that's fine. The tier 1 raid is a lot easier to get into. So here is a raid. Like I said, the people that are playing right now are playing live. One bit of criticism, I wish the raid card was a little bigger. I feel like our cards could be smaller than the raid card should be a lot bigger, but kind of nitpicky. This boss is all about stacking like all kinds of like bleeds and crest on you. He's really trying to kill you. So you know you can bring cleanses and whatnot, but here we're just gonna try to DPS him through. Everyone has like a 9-second timer or 10-second timer to make their turn, or I think it just automatically puts them on auto, I believe. He really wants to kill you. So he automatically applies crest and he automatically self-destructs them. You just got destroyed. So yeah, he's a pretty hardcore boss there. Just increases his dodge, his attack power. Now he's gonna attack me now. See, as you can see right there, not a lot of people can do that. To apply a crest and then explode it at the same time, not a lot of people can do that. So let's go ahead and, he's almost dead though. Only has 172 more HP. You're gonna do a casting skill? If I die while you're sitting there trying to cast an ability instead of just basic, oh, never mind. He's back up to 414 HP. He's trying to kill me like crazy. I'm bleeding. I have a bunch of crest on me that will explode once he attacks me again. Boom. Boom. I'm dead. All because you wanted to cast this ability. You could have killed him earlier. But it doesn't matter if you die. All you have to do is just beat the raid. So battle accomplished. There we go. You get to pick your loot. And there you go. I got some thread here, which will help me craft higher level items. So that's that. So that is the live raids that are in the game. So we talked about the world dungeon. We talked about special dungeons. We talked about the raid portal. There is AI versus AI PvP in the game. So this is kind of like most mobile games where you can basically go against someone based off of their power and you move up a ladder and you get rewards at the end of the season. So that's that. But there's also live PvP as well. So you can, basically it's broken up into, what am I thinking? Bronze, silver, I forgot what those are called. Ah, I'm at a mind blank, but you know what I'm talking about. Bronze, silver, platinum, diamond, gold, whatever. Those brackets. It's based off of that. So as you move up the brackets, you'll go into bronze 3, 2, 1, then you're in silver 3, 2, 1, that type of thing. But this is all live PvP. And at the end of the video, we'll do some live PvP to show you what it's all about. And then last but not least, you have the Tower of Souls, which is basically an endless tower mode. You're just trying to get as far through the tower as you possibly can to get some rewards. You've seen that in other mobile games, so nothing too crazy there. Guild system as well. So I just left a guild, so I can't join another guild for another 24 hours, which is stupid. It should be like 4 hours at the most. 24 is a little excessive. I joined a guild and I realized that the leader hadn't been on, and I was like, ah, great. So I'm looking for another guild, and I'll do that. Guilds, you can kind of give, there is a guild boss feature when it comes to guilds. Cool thing about the guild boss is, once again, it's live. So you invite guildmates that are online right then, and then you guys go and fight a boss, very similar to the raid that I just showed you. So once again, a pretty cool feature there. There, of course, are dailies and achievements that you can unlock as you go through the game. I'm not really going to talk about the cash shop since I haven't bought anything, and I don't really know everything that's going on. And then last but not least, I'm not really going to touch on this too much, but there is a system where you can recycle your old cards and your old characters to make a new character. And just to kind of give you an idea of how this works. So let's say I wanted to extract a bunch of these right here, right? I want to take all these old fragments and old cards and just throw them into this little machine. Basically what would happen, I would have a 50% chance to get an A-ranked card. So let's say I just keep on going, I keep on adding some more of these things that I don't need anymore, and then bam, I have a 3% chance to get an A-ranked card, right? So that's basically how that works. So even though you're no longer using cards anymore, or if you draw a bunch through the Cash App or something like that, there is a use for your old cards in order to make new cards. So pretty cool system. But that will do it. I think we've covered everything here. There's a check-in event going on, so the second day you log in, you will get an S-rank card for free, and then on the 28th day, you'll get a triple S card also, so that's pretty cool. The event right now going on, can I claim this right now? Nah. There's a little event going on, of course, like any other launching game. There's a little launch event going on as well. And then we have the Halloween event, which we already talked about. So that will do it. I think we've covered everything here. World Dungeon, Special Dungeon, Raid, Adventurers, Hall of Fame, Arena, and Tower of Souls. So let's make good on my promise here. Let's do some live PvP. We're gonna do it live once again. We're gonna wait until it happens, or I might fast forward it, whatever. Let's see if we can find an opponent. Now the thing with live PvP and why not a lot of games do it is because sometimes the matchmaking is really hard to nail down. Because what are the odds that someone else right now is playing this game who is also queued up for PvP, who also has a similar battle power than I do? What are the odds? I guess we'll see. Oh God, I'm gonna destroy this poor guy. He has no hope. He's only level 15. I'm just gonna destroy him with Star Bomb. You might just die from that. Yeah, poor guy. See, I told you, this is the problem with live PvP sometimes. And this is why so many games do the AI versus AI PvP, because it's easier. It's easier to matchmake people that way. But, you know, I still give props to game companies that still try to do the live PvP thing. But that's live PvP right there. There you go. Yeah, I'm in top 18 in bronze 3. I'm on my way up there, buddy. On my way. All right, so that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is, once again, Monster Cry Eternal. I think actually a pretty great game. Phenomenal art style, a cool turn-based RPG, lots of live things to do with people. It's not a bunch of you going against the AI all the time. Plenty of live action to go through. And one of my favorite things about the game, a reason to use old cards and characters after you've gotten better ones. So I gotta give them props on this one, making people use their A-rank cards and their S-rank cards, even though they might have a triple S. That's kind of cool. So that will do it. Once again, guys, my name is FG3000. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Later.